What was your life like before seeing Dr. Roble, and why were you seeking help?
I was snoring, keeping my wife awake, and the next morning I was exhausted. Just didn't feel well.
Okay. And how severe were these symptoms to you? Like, how were they affecting your life?
We weren't sleeping together anymore. I usually slept in the basement. My stepdaughter said she could hear me snoring, and she was on the third level. I worked pretty long hours in the wintertime, and I was catching myself falling asleep, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I was driving. And we were in Omaha and heard a advertisement on KGOR, wasn't it, about Dr. Roble and the snoring. I just picked it up from there.
And Pam, how were the problems going on with your husband affecting your life?
I wasn't sleeping, and he did not believe that he was snoring or keeping any of us awake or anything like that. And it was bad.
Greg, was this affecting like your work at all? Or?
I was showing signs of, fatigue and forgetting and things like that late in the day.
And have you tried any other types of treatment or therapies for your snoring or sleep apnea?
Yes, I was on a CPAP for 3 years, and I could not get used to it. I mean, I would get to sleep with it, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night, and I'd toss it on the floor, and some nights I wouldn't even sleep with it, and I finally just, probably the last 3 or 4 months, I did not sleep with anything. I was back to the snoring and everything. When I could get to sleep with it, it did help, but it was annoying, a pain. Never again, never.
What kind of struggles did you have with the CPAP? Like, was it uncomfortable?
It was uncomfortable.
Okay.
I had the piece that went over my nose, and I couldn't get used to that, so I used the nostril ones. Couldn't get used to that. I tried several different things. I just couldn't stand that. Like sleeping with that on my face.
And he couldn't get it to fit properly,
Yeah.
and
It would leak at night.
would get disgusted, and he'd be frustrated before he went to bed.
And what has the process been like for you at our office?
Wonderful. Professional. Easy to get along with. You guys are fun to be around. I couldn't ask for anything better. Dr. Roble's been great, and all the people here.
They're kind, courteous, very helpful, very concerned. Want to make sure that things are right and that it's helping the patient.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
Dr. Roble, he doesn't come in and go through things real fast. He sat down and explained everything to me, what was going to happen. When I took my sleep study in Norfolk, all they did was hand me my results. Nobody really told me what those numbers meant and what they were. Dr. Roble sat down and went through everything with us, maybe my second visit.
Good. We're glad that helped a lot. So when you came in for your initial exam, what did Dr. Roble tell you, or what happened after that? Like, what were the steps for you?
Well, if I remember right, he said that he may not control the snoring, but he could make the sleep apnea better. From the very first time I used my appliance, I quit snoring, and I'm not snoring today.
And one thing with Dr. Roble going over the sleep apnea test results, I was sort of disappointed that it may not help the snoring, but as bad as the sleep apnea was, that was our first priority, to get him help for that. And we were totally shocked that it helped the snoring as well.
Great.
Well, we weren't aware that it was such a dangerous situation. I mean, sleep apnea, I thought it's going to make me feel better, which it did. But I didn't realize the life-threatening effects it could have on you until he sat down and explained it to us.
Mm-hmm. And how does the oral appliance compare into the CPAP, or what are your thoughts on the oral appliance?
My thoughts are there's no comparison. The appliance goes in easy, it slides in, it hooks, and it's not uncomfortable to sleep with. I have no problems with it at all. Like the CPAP, I was always struggling with. Every night it was a struggle. I just dreaded to go to bed, really.
This, he is not fighting with it, agitated, and you don't even know it's there. And he's getting the good night's sleep. He's not snoring.
So what's your life like now?
awesome.
It is really
wonderful.
pretty, you know. I still occasionally sleep on the couch because I watch TV late, football or whatever, and I might fall asleep out there. But we actually sleep together now for the first time in probably several years because I kept her awake. I was awake. I was tired. My ribs were sore, getting elbowed. So
And his health is better.
I feel better.
He's rested
I
in the
will feel
morning.
better.
He's getting the sleep he needs. And
I was just telling Sherry that, you know, I wake up probably 4:35, 5:30 in the morning, and I'm ready for the day. Before, it was really tough just to get out of bed to go to work. And I get through the day, and I'm fine until I'm ready to go to bed.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. Do you have any other thoughts on Dr. Roble or anything that you'd like to share with us? Or
Anybody that's got sleep apnea or snoring loudly or having trouble, they need to see him. He did it for me. Perfect.
we never would have believed that we would have gotten to this point. I mean,
We even talked about it when we heard it on the radio. We were down here shopping or something, and I'm just going. And we had to listen to it a couple times because we'd always miss the phone number and everything. And I said, I'm going to call him and see what's going on. And it was just, I'm thinking, another thing. I think she even made a statement. I hope he's not taking us for a ride or whatever. And I said, no, I don't think so. Absolutely not. I would recommend him to anybody.
I cannot believe this little appliance has made a huge difference in our life. It is awesome. It's not cumbersome. You don't even know it's in. And like I say, the staff here is unbelievable. Highly recommend it.
great.